Welcome everyone, I'm Nono from Barburn, and I'm really excited to have you here on the mat for a yin practice. We are going to dive into the yin, and we're going to push the yang to the side for right now, okay? So save all that Barburn spice for another time. Today's practice is going to focus on the heart and the small intestine. We are doing these meridian classes to just highlight some different energy that's going on inside the body that we can't really feel, but we very much know is alive and there. All you'll need for practice is a comfortable space, so I hope that you've been able to set up a sanctuary wherever you're at. Please have some type of pillow or cushion, blocks, maybe a blanket in case you get cold. So we'll start seated, any way that is comfortable for you. And I just want you to let the hands fall to the thighs. As we survey, we take the palms up if we're feeling like we've arrived to the mat with some battery life, feeling present, feeling open, and willing to receive. Or we can rotate the palms down if we feel a little depleted. Our battery is low, maybe distracted or overwhelmed. If it brings you peace, you can close the eyes now and just listen. Almost like you could feel, like you could hear your own heartbeat. Start to connect with that internal rhythm. Noticing the texture of the air as you sip it in through your nose. And allow the exhales to escape through the nose or through the mouth, very passively, very easily. And because today's practice is focusing on the heart, I just want you to take a sense of what's going on in there. The heart is believed to govern our soul, governs our emotional body. Just take note if things feel a little erratic, disorganized, unsure, or steady. Take one more nice breath. And on the next inhale, let's bring the arms overhead. We can flutter the eyes open. We'll begin by bending the right elbow behind the head, kind of like a tricep stretch, exactly like a tricep stretch. So you can just use the top arm to wiggle yourself down, maybe crawl the fingers down the spine, and then try to create a little bit more space between the shoulders and the ears, because sometimes we tend to allow the neck to disappear. From here, I like to offer and introduce a little bit of a side bend. We're not going to be here for too long, just a few breaths. And this position is helping us target both meridian lines, the heart and the small intestine. Think about expanding outwards into every inhale. 2 more breaths. And a soft, gentle nudge, pressing the head into the forearm, opening the chest even more. And bring it all back up to the top, and we'll switch sides, okay? Bringing the left arm behind, and I'll use the other arm to manipulate the elbow. Use the head to just open up through the forearm, through the chest. And then when you're ready, you can take a little dive over to the side, just enough. We want to keep the hips anchored, but just enough to almost feel like there's chewing gum between the ribs. And 2 more breaths. Good, and very slowly release. Some of the meridian lines are really complicated. Some of them travel all the way from the head to the toes and the toes to the head. But just for a little visual for right now, I want you to picture this breath across the chest. So our heart meridian starts roughly somewhere towards the outer portion of the collarbones, towards the outer portion of the shoulders, and it channels all the way down the inside of the arm and towards the pinky finger. Okay? And then the small intestine comes from the outside of the pinky finger, and it goes along the back of the arm and covers across the shoulder blade, and then it zigzags and goes elsewhere. So that is the front and the back of the arms. The chest and the back are going to be the target zones today. So I invite us into our first long hold, which is melting heart. Some of you might know that as puppy pose. I like to use the bolster for a few things. So first off, the bolster can be supportive. It can come underneath the upper ribs or the chest. So as we come into this position, it's bringing the ground closer, which is going to make the stretch a little less intense. The other option is to add intensity. The bolster or pillow can come underneath the knees as we extend the arms forward and we melt down. Or the option that I will choose today, because I want to express a bit more through the chest, is I'm going to bring the hands on top of the bolster. My knees will walk back, and I start to melt the chest. Okay. So take a moment, if you've never tried some of these variations before, to explore. We'll be here for about 4 minutes. And over these first few breaths, trying to give the head somewhere to land as well, maybe having a block. I just don't want the microphone here to get in the way. Good. So over these first few breaths, see how the sides of the body feel along the armpit, along the ribs, the shoulders, the chest. And in this pose, it's really about melting the heart down, lifting the tailbone up, and feeling this beautiful length and expansion through the front body and through the back body. And as we melt the heart towards the earth, towards the mat, we do so with a tremendous amount of gratitude. So just be with these breaths here, thankful for this time and this space where you can press play. Hopefully the distractions around you have started to dissolve. As we continue to build that relationship with the breath, I want you to feel the outsides of the ribs. I want you to feel the back body. I want you to feel the front body. So as we enter into our final moments here in our melting heart, I want you to focus on the front of the heart space. It's said that we give love from the front of our bodies. So what was the exchanges that you've had today or recently where you shared love with someone through expression, through words, through actions, through time? Okay, we'll come to our final 3 breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Breathing in and out. Last one. Good. Just very gently start to walk the arms back. Maybe start to walk the knees in. I like to take the bolster and just kind of pull it in and take a little child's pose from here. And just another few breaths to let the spine recalibrate. Let the arms relax. Maybe it feels good to give them a drape behind. And then we'll start to slowly make our way onto our backs. So we're coming into a spinal twist from here. Some of you might prefer to have the bolster within reach so that we can easily bring us some support on the knees. So this is called a twisted roots. So we're actually going to eagle the legs. So if you can, you wrap it once and then maybe twice. Mine's a little sticky today. We'll see how I do. But if that double wrap is uncomfortable into the hips or the knees or the back, then we can just take a single leg wrap. You can expand the arms out to the side into a cactus or to a T. With the right leg on top, we'll take an inhale as we slowly lower the legs to the left. Good. You might notice the shoulder starts to pick up. So we want to kind of imprint ourselves back. So I kind of give a little bit of an option when I teach this pose. So if you prefer to have the knees rest and the shoulder up, and then just allow that stretch to come a bit more through the shoulder, or the other option is to give the knees somewhere to land with a pillow or a block, and then we keep the shoulders onto the mat. Okay, we'll be here for about 5 minutes. And our twisted roots is stimulating. This microphone is not going to be my friend today, is it? It's okay. You just keep resting and relaxing. So our twisted roots is going to help us channel our small intestine. And our small intestine is responsible for deciding what nutrients go back into nourishing the body and the heart, and what toxicities or impurities get passed along to the large intestine to be eliminated. So our small intestine is decisive. It's intelligent in making choices and knowing what's good for us and what's bad for us. So along with those physical regulations, it does the same for our emotional and our mental bodies. In our twists, the breath will feel different. So continue to harness that breathing power, that slow fulfilling, rewarding. Because we're working on the heart space today, and the small intestine helps us kind of make some decisions, I want you to pretend your heart's kind of like your refrigerator. And just as you would look through your fridge for food that's expired or food that's gone bad, and we know not to eat it, sometimes there's things that collect dust, that grow a bit moldy, that overstay their welcome, that take up some prime real estate in the heart. And just see if you're ready to unpack some things that are older, no longer helping you find love, feel love, and be love. And just under a minute left here. Let's take our last 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. A little bit tighter in that twist. Deep breath. And one more. Good. Start to slowly carry the feet back towards center. Gently untangle your roots. And if you need a moment in the middle, you can just neutralize through the spine. Maybe a reclining butterfly is nice, or extending the legs straight. There's a lot of magic happening in this rebound. What does it feel like to slow down? In all aspects, our brain, our breath, our body. And of course, if you need more time here, take it. Otherwise, we'll move to the other side. So you might need a little lift and lower of the hips to just make sure the spine starts centered. We're going to wrap left over right, either once or twice. Maybe carry the block pillow. Slowly lower the legs towards the right side. And then let the arms release out. Being observant of any differences, I feel like a little bit more range of motion going to this side. So I'm just going to adjust and breathe into it to see how it feels. magical moment on the mat here is trying to understand the way our body communicates to us. Can you tell the difference between discomfort and pain? What I call breathable tension, or any signals where the body is begging you to stop. We can help hardwire ourselves differently so that we can clear that path of communication. So that we can melt deeper into our practice. As we approach the halfway mark here, you start to notice if the brain or the breath has shifted and drifted away from you. If you are enjoying that mental journey, you can continue down that path. But in case you found yourself kind of thinking about something senseless or unproductive, not helpful, start to shift your awareness back in. Feel the breath. Be with the breath. Feel the body. And be with the body. We're arriving to our final 45 seconds or so. Continue to remain open to receive, to understand, gaining more information about yourself. Our final 3 breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale. 2 more. And last one. Good. Start to slowly bring everything back towards center. Unwrap your legs. Might require a little bit of movement. Again, you can just take a nice broken bridge or a butterfly, something that will help release and renew your position. Start to roll yourself onto one side. So you can pause on this side, just kind of in like a little fetal position, using your head to rest on using your arm to rest your head on. Just as we slowly transition, we're going to come into our final pose, which will lead us in towards our Savasana. So gently sit yourself up. I'll put this back on again. Hopefully it's all clear. Okay, so we can use our bolster or our pillows for more support. I'm gonna go a bit more intense today, and I'm gonna use my blocks to create a bit of a T for my supported fish. I like having the middle block a little bit higher and the base block for my head a little bit lower, so I get a bit more of a heart opener, because we're finishing with our heart. I'm gonna pad that middle block. The goal is to have this middle block along the spine, kind of sitting in between the shoulder blades, so it might take a little bit of a wiggle. Okay, now this can be really intense on the low back as well, and the feet can help. So you just have to kind of find that sweet spot. The feet can extend, they can stay based, they can take a butterfly position, whatever is most normal. If you even have a bolster nearby, look, we get really creative with our legs in yin class because we don't want to move. You can even bring that bolster underneath the knees. Yeah? So as we surrender here into this supported fish, you'll feel this nice projection of the heart as it lifts. And I invite you to ride out this position as long as is comfortable for you. You can put on some music, you can just remain in this state of Zen, but just finishing with some doses of love. I hope as you love those around you, you love yourself. I hope that you talk to yourself with kindness and compassion as you talk to the ones that you love. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes, allowing yourself to grieve and understand your processes, as the heart is our soul. Follow your rhythm and be open and willing to receive. From my heart to yours, yogis, namaste.